Hey, my true tellers, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. Guys, look, oh, I'm dropping everything. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Ain't nobody mad but the devil, especially when you about to have a hot topic. Okay, so ain't nobody mad but the devil. So, guys, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. I see my girl is in the house, country girl Queena. She says, "Good evening, Unapologetic Real Talk and True Tellers. How are you guys doing? Welcome. As you can see right here, guys." I got a topic that I want to go ahead and talk about. This right here been on my mind. I started to go ahead, which I did. I had rescheduled it for tomorrow, but then even though I'm tired, but I had woke up and I said, 'cause I did a lot today, man. I did a lot. I need to go ahead and talk about this right here. I need to talk about this because this right here, it been in my spirit for a very, very long time. And, we get to a point where, like I say, when it comes to this season right here, this year right here, we can't sugarcoat, and long as we try to sugarcoat things, it's like, you can't do it, not in this season, because the Most High God is ripping the sheets off of these wolves in sheep clothing. So let me go ahead and load the music down, making sure that everything is good. Let me go ahead and do a mic check. Hold on one second. Okay, everything sounds good. So, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos, or however you feel led. Go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you go ahead and share these videos. So let me load the music down because, like I say, this is the year where we don't have time to sugarcoat. This has been in my spirit. And like I say, when it comes to all this right here, this is my ministry. And I just pray that we can get out of these foolish things, when I call the reality shows and the entertainment, just like when it came to this young fella by the name of Kendrick Lamar when he was at the Super Bowl, when they was looking for this guy to sit there and entertain them, and he was dropping jewels. And this is exactly how it is when it comes to this particular reality show, so don't just think that, oh, I'm just talking about a reality show. No, I'm not just talking about a reality show. I'm dropping jewels. Okay. So let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer, and then we can go ahead and get into it. Okay. I'm not going to carry them up, guys, because believe it or not, shoot, man, I am tired. I had a long day today. My copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. And so, again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and get this copyright disclaimer read. Okay, guys, I am back. I am back. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and get everything straight. Where am I? Trying to make sure that I get it all together. Yes, as you can see right here by the title, we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep it a buck. We're going to keep it a buck. This right here is real talk, unapologetic real talk. And if you feel like, this is not the channel for you, then you're going to have to find a channel that's going to go ahead and accommodate you, or that's going to stroke you. Because, like I said, this right here is the ninth universal season year where we ain't got time to sugarcoat. We ain't got time to sit there and babyfy, because we already know when it comes to these perverted spirits. Yes, I say perverted spirits. And like I said, if I'm wrong, you call me wrong. Because like I told you guys, I am not going to say I have it all together. I don't walk under the anointed 24/7. But I know one thing, that what we see right now is a perverted spirits. And what they are after the babies. And the reason why they are after the babies, because they know that if they can get them while they was young, they've been after the babies since the beginning. Because they know once they get the babies, they can sit there and break them and mold them. And I was sitting here last night. I think it was last night. And I was saying, I got to come on and I got to talk about this right here. Why Martell is being nailed to the cross. Why Martell is going through all the hell that he's going through. It's not because of being a cheater. Because like I said, men cheat. 99.9% men cheat. And if you think that your man is not cheating, stay in that marriage. I hate to sit there and tell you that. Continue staying in that marriage. So it's not just him being a cheater, because if it's him being a cheater, then they're going to have to go after Marcel. They're going to have to go after Chris Fletcher and everybody else. So it's not because of Martell cheated on Melody, who, like I said, who you think Melody is? Was she the only person that, she's above approach where nothing can happen to her? No. The reason why, and like I said, this channel is not for everybody. The reason why I feel in the spirit is that the the why they hate Martell so much is because he didn't want those perverted spirits around his children. He did not want those perverted spirits around his children. That's why the Bible says, train up a child when they are young. Let's go ahead and find the scripture right here. But before I pull up that scripture, I want to go ahead and welcome my people that's came in. Jeff Short says, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming in, Jeff Short. Also, my girl, Country Girl says, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, thank you for welcoming in Jeff Short. My girl, Stylist Jill, is in the house. She says, hey, Lady D, good evening. I'm here for the real talk. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Like I say, the truth. We can't sit there and sugarcoat it just to please other people, because the truth is going to set you free. These people put their lives out there. Like I said, everything out there is a lesson learned. Amen. So let's go ahead. We're going to open it up with the scripture, guys. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Let me pull this up right quick. Let me share the screen. Right here is coming out of Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So let me break it down where even a child can understand. And when I say a child, I'm talking about these grown folks. I'm not talking about babies. You just take your hands off of these babies. I'm talking to grown folks. Train up a child in the way that he should go. That's what a father's supposed to do. That's what a mother's supposed to do. Train them up in the way that they should go. So when they are old, that child will not depart from it. So that child going to keep those values, because children are like sponges. Children are like sponges. Children soak up everything. That's why you have to be careful. You have to be careful who your children is around. That's why, hey, when it came to my children, honey, I don't do that sleeping out. My child used to get upset with me, but I don't do the sleeping out, because, like I said, you train up a child when they are young. Because if you don't train them up, somebody else is going to train them. And like I said, this channel is not for everybody, okay? This channel is not for everybody. And I'm not here for everybody. That's why you think that my number's always so low. 20 people in the house, make it make sense. 20 people in the house, but that's all right, because I stand on truth. One can put 1,000 to flight. If one can sit there and chase 1,000, just imagine what 10 can do. Okay? He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about Martell, Holt, and Marcus. Now, I think his name, I might be pronouncing his last name wrong. Let me see what his last name, because I wrote it all down. Minifield, Minnifield. His name is Marcus Minifield. That is Melody's brother, stepbrother. That's Martell's brother-in-law. Now, according to what Martell Holt has said, that Melody didn't even get to know him until he was, I think she was 18 years old. That's when, she was able to go around Marcus. So, I don't know what was the reason, what was the problem behind that, why, she waited until she got 18 years old to go around her brother. But that's according to Martell. Like I said, all this right here is allegedly, okay? So let me go ahead and read some of the stuff that I went ahead and put out when it came to Marcus Minifield. He's Melody's Holt's stepbrother. And the tension between Martell and Marcus has been publicized through various episodes on the show. This conflict has largely centered around Martell's role as a father and his behavior during and after his marriage to Melody. Now, when it come to Marcus, Marcus was the one that started the mess. Now you tell me if I'm wrong. Now this is how it happened. Like I said, I am unapologetic, non-biased. There was, roles that Marcus went ahead and he criticized Martell parenting skills. Now we already know when it came to Melody. Melody said Martell was a good father. She even sat there and said he was a good husband, treated her like a queen, pulled her chair out and brought her flowers. Nothing was like it. We already know Martell did a good job. He probably, went around and did what any other men do. But still of all, he still took care of home. She wasn't liking for anything. That's why she came in and out. Now, right here, Marcus once relayed this message to Martell and said that this is what he said. He has expressed his desire to Martell. Said that Troy is Marcus. I guess you call it husband. I don't know what they call it today, okay? Because we got Donald Trump right here in the seat, okay? So he said it's between male and female, and he's not going to change what God has ordained, okay? So, like I said, this channel might not be for you today. This channel might not be for you today. But Marcus and Troy, they are together, okay? So right here, Marcus had responded and said that the children came up and told Troy that they wanted Troy to be their father. Now, why did Marcus say that? But I'm going to tell you why Marcus said that, because those are perverted spirits. Yes, I said it. Only a perverted spirit is going to say something like that. That's fighting word. You telling me that another man that's with a man, my children going up to him and saying that they wish that Troy was their father. And you want to be upset why Martell got upset? Like I said, I'm going to show you why these people are nailing Martell to the cross. Because when it comes to these perverted spirits, they didn't want you to cross them. They didn't want you to cross them. You say anything about them, they will sit there and they would try to cancel you. And that's exactly what they was trying to do when it came to Martell, because Martell said that he did not want his children around those two men. And already the other day read you the story in the book of Genesis when the two men went to Lot's and they wanted to tear down Lot's house, not because of the daughters. When Lot wanted to throw his two virgin daughters to these men, they didn't want it the women, they wanted the men. Now, I'm not sitting there saying, that when it came to Melody's brother, I'm just talking in general. Like I said, if it's too hot in here, find a channel that's going to tickle your ears. Because if I got to be in here all by myself, because like I said, I'm in my lane. And what we're seeing right now, we are in a spiritual warfare. We are in a spiritual warfare where even it says in the Bible that it's going to be worse than the days of Lot. And when he say worse than the days of Lot, he's talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. The stories that you read in the Bible is fulfilling itself right now. And you guys all upset because someone sat there and say, no, we got to close the doors to hell. We got to close the doors because, like I said, it was just getting too bad. Where now they didn't want it what's natural. They had us thinking we was crazy, trying to tell us about what and define what a woman is. I'm just going to let the Most High God have his way. I'm going to let God have his way. But this is the reason why they nailed Martell to the cross. Not because he cheated on Melody, because he came against that perverted spirit. What man that you know going to tell the father of his children that his son, his only son at that time, say that he wished that another man was his father who's sleeping with another man? I'll wait. I'll wait. So right there, it says Martell also, okay, the children approve of Martell. Martell did not approve of Marcus' lifestyle. And they got upset with Martell and then want to go out there and calling him gay. Like I say, what Martell do, he's a grown man. If he wants to do whatever he wants to do as a grown man, he do it. But the buck stops when you try to go after his babies. A lot of stuff that I did, I wouldn't want my children to do because, like the Bible says, what I just read, train up a child in the way that they should go, and they won't depart from you. You train them up when they're young. Because children, they sponges off of everything. And if you are doing inappropriate things that what he consider is unnatural, the children will start sitting there mimicking off of that. Okay? So right there, Martell did not approve of Marcus' lifestyle, including his sexual orientation, leading to accusations of homophobia. So they said they say he's homophobia. And we already know when it comes to Martell is not homophobia. He don't have no problems of whoever Marcus with, or even when it came to Carlos King. But they wanted to paint that narrative because he wanted to raise his children. Well, now we got to say the natural way, the way that the Most High God had ordained it to be. And one thing that we know when it comes to the Most High God, God's word, he does not lie. So if he wants to raise his children in the way that they should go when it comes to male and female, that's his business. Take your hands off of these babies. Take your hands off of these babies. Take your filthy hands off of these babies. So right there, it says that Marcus was a teacher. Now, I heard that he was a principal. Now it says, I did some research today. He's now into real estate. He's a real estate broker. So why he's not a teacher anymore? What happened? What happened? And all this right here is allegedly, okay? This is what these people put out. But Martell had questions why he's not at that school anymore, okay? So let's go ahead and pull this up right here. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Let me pull this article up because, like I said, I don't really know these people. I only know what these people put out, okay? Monique Austin says Melody even said that she did not grow up with her stepbrother. And I don't think Martell was wrong for not wanting his children to be around him so closely. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's his choice. That's his children. That's his babies. But I'm going to tell you what the Spirit of the Lord had revealed to me. And I was going to put this off until tomorrow because I am very tired. I had a very, very long day today. But God said, no, get up. This is kingdom business. And even you might say, what's she talking about? Kingdom business, talking about a reality show. Like I said, I can take the foolish of the things of this world to confound the wise because you guys love to buck dance. You guys love to be entertained. So if I got to go where you are, hey, here am I. Okay? So let me go ahead and share this with you right quick. Let me see if I can open this up right quick. Because I mean business today, honey. Like I said, you wondering and you crying why this happened. Like I said, one thing about the Most High God, God does not make no mistakes. Sometimes God will put people in position like a Donald Trump because we have fallen asleep. The churches have fallen asleep. They don't teach on holiness anymore. They don't teach about salvation no more. And they wondering why the church is sick and standing on one leg today. It's holiness or hell. It's no in between. And that's real talk. And like I said, you can get mad all you want, but you take it to God because I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. So let's go ahead and pull this up right here. This is a teacher. I think he's a school. He was a principal. Okay. So let's go ahead and read some of the stuff. Okay. This is by Distractify. I think this article is by Distractify. Distractify. So right here, this is Melody Holt stepbrother. And like I said, don't get mad with the messenger. Oh, I can't believe Lady D is talking about this right here. Lady D. I'm not homophobia, but I stand on righteousness. I stand on my truth. Okay. So right here, Melody Holt's brother Marcus doesn't think Martell Holt is a very good father. Why would he say that? But see, they do things like that. People that don't even know what it would ever feel like being a parent and would tell somebody else they're not a good parent. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's like people sit there and call you all out your name from showing your face on your live, on your channel, and they can't even show their face. That's why I don't really argue with stuff like that. You want to tell me about how I look, but you can't even show yourself. But he wants, it's just the same. Like I said, only people that's got shortcomings going to say something like this. So during last week, and we already know this is old right here. We talking about Love and Marriage in Huntsville. Martell Holt and Melody's brother Marcus Menderfield got into it about how terrible of a father everyone think Martell is. Okay, how terrible of a father Marcus and Melody think he is. So right here, this article saying that Marcus Marcus and Melody think that Martell is a terrible father. Now we already know when Melody wants to go out there for her peace, for her woosa's time, she have her bags ready and go and turn a hotel and leave the kids with Martell and Ariane or whoever the kids with the 20 or something babysitters Martell accused of. But yet Martell is a terrible father. Make it make sense. Would you leave your babies around a terrible man? Come on, we critical thinkers in here. Would you leave your babies around a terrible man? And we already know when it came to the judge say that, and it's not her word verbatim, but she said that when it comes to the parenting of the children, she thinks that Martell had the best interest of the kids. Don't you think that if Martell was a horrible father, the children would have been around? Make it make sense. So let's go ahead and continue reading. Because I'm trying to tell you where the demon came from in order to cut that head. Because we cutting heads. Like I told you, we cutting heads. We are cutting heads off of these snakes. Okay? It's time to let this go. You done beat this dead horse for how long? So right here, it says that I guess during the Halloween time when they dress as Pharaoh, which we're going to go ahead and skip that part. But during that episode, that's when Marcus went ahead and told Martell about the man that he's with. The children came up and said that they wish that that was their father. I can't make it up, even if I want to make it up. Okay, it started with Marcus. So Marcus, the one started that mess, and now you seeing that perverted spirit is all around attacking people. Even wants to belittle Miss Wanda, as although Miss Wanda is beneath him. But we already know, don't let these people sitting there making you feel like you less than, because it's their shortcoming. It's their shortcoming. Just like they wanted to attack when it came to Tisha. Had Tisha questioning how she speak. Let them not talk about Miss Wanda, but like I said, they wish, don't let the outer appearance, they wish that they have half of the stuff, the blessings that Miss Wanda and her children have. It may not be the material blessings, but like I said, you can never build a solid foundation off of material possession. It's like building a house on sinking sand. Don't let the material stuff thinking it is a blessing. God, no, hey, the devil will bless you too. So let's go ahead and continue. It started when Martell did not start that fight with his brother-in-law. Right here, according to this article, according to the scene that was on that show, it started with Marcus. It started when Marcus confronted Martell and said, I haven't seen you since you done pushed your wife out of your life. What the hell is going on with all that stuff? You see? He wanted to have his moment, worrying about what's going on in somebody else's house. Why would Marcus go up to Martell and tell Martell, where have you been? I haven't seen you since you pushed your wife out of that house. What the hell is going on? Why you didn't go and tell your father that? Why you didn't tell your father why he didn't want it to be in Melody's life, allegedly? Why you didn't tell your father when Melody had stuff that was going on that show, why he wasn't there? When Tisha had stuff going on, her father was right there. We never have seen Melody's father. He always had an excuse of why he didn't. And don't talk about when it comes to her sister. I don't know if that's her stepsister or not. We saw her maybe one time. So instead of you trying to clean somebody else's house, why you don't sit there and get it right within your own house? Why Melody don't have a relationship with her father and her sisters? At least let us see that, because that's a part of her healing as well, and maybe could give her a storyline. So he's worrying about starting a mess with Martell, telling Martell, I haven't seen you since you done pushed your wife out of your life. What the hell is going on with all that stuff? Like I said, people always in other people's business except their own business. Like I said, and here is unapologetic, real talk. So Martell replied by saying, all Melody wants is fame and to be a star. And I've been saying that from day one. Did he lie? No. This girl, like I said, checked out. When Martell was coming home, he had to clean the kids, help the kids with their homework, tuck the children in the bed. She's sitting on the sofa, dreaming to be the next Beyonce. Her and her mom. Okay? Because, like I said yesterday, she thought that the grass was green on the other side. Like I say, guys, I don't know these people from a can of paint. I only can talk about what they put out there. So Martell replied by saying, all Melody wants is fame and to be a star. Like I said, much is given, much is required. She traded in her entire life for a bowl of beans, for a pipe dream, for a pipe dream, because she thought, like I said, the grass was green on the other side. And while he focused on the kids, I would definitely say we growing apart. I mean, like, she wants to be on TV. She wants to be a star. The only thing right now I'm focused on just so I got my kids, right? That's what I'm focused on. Was he wrong to be focusing on his kids? Yes, he went out there and he messed up, but like I say, he's not the only one. But that does not make that he's a bad father. It's just that he couldn't please his wife because she wanted to be famous. And now she got the lights on her. All lights are on you, Melody, now. You got the light. It's just it happened the way that you want. But the minute she gets the light on, she tuck her tail and she run. Because just like Ariane said, don't lose your appetite when the tables start turning, okay? So Marcus replied, and I guess you won Father of the Year award. So he's sitting there, he poking at it, being sarcastic. So just because, you got the kids, I guess you won Father award. But yet you just say that he was a horrible father. Make it make sense. Like I said, one thing about the truth does not need no defending. I could stop right here because we already know who started that mess. And that's why that perverted spirit is still attached to Martell today. But we here to sit there and break that curse off of him right now in the name of Jesus. We here to break it off of him right now because we know it has nothing to do with infidelity because they both was doing the same thing. It's because Martell went ahead and he protected his babies. He didn't want his children around those perverted spirits. And yes, I did say it because that's his children. Marcus replied, and I guess you won Father of the Year. And when the kids were at my house, you know what they told me when it was time to go. So he's being messy, putting the children in it. Sounds just like Melody. Why would you inject babies? Why would you put this in these children's mind? When I even said that children, they sponges off of stuff like this. Why would you even inject that to your children? Why you didn't stop the children if they did say anything? Why you didn't stop them? That's your father. Why you talked against their father? So this is what Marcus said. Marcus replied, and I guess you won the Father of the Year. When the kids were at my house, you know what they told me when it was time to go? They told Troy, can you be my daddy? Can you be our daddy? That's fighting words. Telling my children, telling me about my children want another man who sleeps with another man to be their daddy. Like I said, these people have a takeover spirit, and you wondering why they stopped it. You give 1 inch, they take 2 inches. And that's exactly what was going to happen until God said no. He will raise up your enemies to sit there and put you on your face until you repent and turn from your wicked ways. That's fighting words. And I can't believe that they had the audacity. They had the audacity to call Martell homophobia. When this man came up to him and said that another man who sleeps with a man said that the children say, I wish that you were our daddy. That they did not want to go home. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Monique says that Melody even said that she did not grow up with her stepbrother, and I don't think Martell was wrong for not wanting his children to be around him so closely. Absolutely, that's his children. Like I said, we got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay, you can't control nobody's children. Okay, like a country girl said, please hit the like button. Shoot, them devils don't want to hear that. Their ears are bleeding. They want somebody to sit there and entertain this mess. Ain't nobody gonna entertain this mess because what God said, what He made, it was good. So Martell is only protecting his children. That's it. Only protecting his children, and they mad. God showed me this, and I was not even going to come on until tomorrow. But He said, "No, you come on," because the reason why these people cannot let up off of Martell is not because of infidelity. Because we know, like I said, 99% men cheat. It's because he called out those perverted spirits and he refused to allow it to be around his children. And the devil got mad. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Miss Pee Wee says, good question. Why hasn't Melody father ever stepped up in the midst of all of this that's going on? Why? Why? Absolutely, Pee Wee. And why did Marcus talk about Martell when his own father was never around? Instead of he's worrying about Martell being a good dad, what about your dad? And that's most likely, allegedly, and this is my opinion, Melody got issues today because she still got questions when it comes to her father because a piece of her is missing. Why he was never around and why you want to question Martell's fatherhood when your own father wasn't doing his job. Make it make sense. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. But you are absolutely right. Why hasn't Martell's father ever stepped up in the midst of all this that's going on? I promise you, if it was the other way around, oh, honey, they would have lit Miss Wanda up. And you know it's the fact. You know it's true. Country girl say, do you think her mother maybe told her something bad about her father? Could be. Like I say, what you're seeing right now is generational curses. All this right here is generational curses until someone say the buck stop here. That's why you cannot put your children in grown folks' business. I remember when I was young, when we in the house with grown folks, our parents used to tell us to go outside and play. But this time, these young generation, these people, and the thing about it, these people are school teachers. And you wonder why the children are going from the school system to the prison pipeline. Look who we got teaching them. Look who we got teaching them. And I'm just talking in general. I'm not sitting there, like I said, when I come on here, I take the foolish things to confirm the wise. I'm just talking. You wonder why the children are incarcerated, drops out. Because look who we got. But somebody got to say no. We got to go back to our first love. We got to go back to our first love. Pee Wee says that sometimes it's not right about her not having a relationship with her father. Absolutely. And if they was wearing them, and like I said, we breaking generational curses. We breaking these curses. Martell going to be free. And not only Martell, because like I said, these shows, we all can take a lesson from these shows, especially when it comes to the black man. And in order to restore the black family, we are restoring black families by breaking these generational curses. Been handling some business. Okay. I remember that scene. Martell checked. Oh, hey, checking your boo. She said, I remember that scene. Martell checked it Marcus big time when he made that statement. Martell kids love him. Even Martell said Mel and him agreed that their kids would be at home with them. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me read it again. Martell checked it Marcus big time when he made that statement. Martell's kids love him. Even Martell said Mel and him agreed that kids would be at home with them. Absolutely. Hey, Darcel. Darcel Aries says this is not Melody's stepbrother. The half the same daddy. Get your yes. Well, I consider stepbrother. They didn't come out the same mother's womb. Didn't come out the same mother's womb. Like I said, ain't nobody mad but the devil. Even if it's a real brother. If it's a real brother, hey, if that's gonna make you feel good, well, let's say real brother, a whole brother, okay. But still, Martell said, and like I said, I don't know these people from a can of paint. I only can go by what they put out there. I'm not going to argue with you with that. Like I said, I stand for corrections. I stand for corrections. But that's not the big deal. The big deal is why are you worrying about Martell being a parent to his children and not worrying about your own father going into being into your sister's life? That's the question, Darcel. That's the question, Darcel. Okay. Martell said the few times his ex and he would visit Marcus, they were present with their kids. But when they left, their kids went home with them. Absolutely. And Marcus wanted to show the people pictures that I saw that Martell and Melody and the kids was all together. But still of all, that still don't prove a point. What Martell was saying, is there any pictures of you and Melody when you guys was kids playing together? I'm not saying one or two pictures. It might be one or two pictures that you can show, but I'm talking about being a family. Did Melody come to family functions? Did Melody come to holidays, and slept and summer, and slept at the house? Show us those type of pictures. Show us those type of pictures. Okay? Well, let's go ahead and read some more. So Marcus continued. So he continued sitting there trying to get under Martell's skin because they know exactly how to get a reaction from him. Marcus continued telling his ex-brother-in-law, I'm telling you what the kid said. So I would never, ever again have this man around my children. He could never, ever be around my children. Because why would you want to repeat what a child say to their father? Make it make sense. And you see, they don't like this. They don't like this type of talking. They don't like this type of talking. But God say, tell it to them anyhow. You can drop off all you want. Ain't no changing on here. I never changed and I'm not going to change now. So Marcus continued because the devil does not let up. He continued telling what the kids said. Martell, and I'm telling you how they feel psychologically. I don't care if you're a therapist. I don't care who you are, but you are not the right person to sit there and diagnose my kids. Not you. Because I know it's coming out of a very dark place. Because you are upset because I said my kids cannot come around you anymore. So I don't give a F about you. I care about the kids. Wow. That's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. This right here. That's horrible. That's horrible. But like I said, ain't nobody mad but the devil. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. Which is when Martell threatened Marcus to stop making accusations. I would threaten him too. He lucky. Martell restrained himself because most men wouldn't be able to restrain themselves with this like this. But like I say, they wanted a reaction. If you say it again, I'm going to F you up. And you had all the right to do that. I would have I would have definitely did it because you don't touch my babies. You don't touch my babies. You take your hands off of those babies. Martell told Marcus before they broke out into a brawl, Marcus told him to walk away, which Martell did. Thank you, Martell. We're going to break those curses today, honey. And not just Martell, people that's going through the same thing. This was horrible just because he did not want his child around that. And notice, they didn't talk about the girls. His concern was about the child, the son. So why would you want to call Martell homophobia and just focus on the son? Because like I told you in the beginning, the devil does not want the girls. He wants what's unnatural. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. Like I said, guys, I'm not changing. This is my ministry. I'm in my lane. Marcus Minifield, they say he's a real estate. He also was a teacher. He's no longer a teacher. Very questionable. He lived with his husband, Troy. Sometimes Marcus seems to disapprove of. Okay. So Martell insinuated that his former brother-in-law is a pedo. I'm going to just say that. And doesn't seem to trust him around his children. Like I said, you ain't going to get me to argue with that because I don't know these people. It had to be a reason for Martell to say that. He's not a teacher anymore. And like I say, all this right here is allegedly. It's what they put out there. I don't have a heaven or hell to put nobody in. I'm only just the messenger. So don't get mad with the messenger. You can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. But Martell insinuated that his brother-in-law is a pedo and doesn't seem to trust him around his children. Understandably, this upset Melody, and she vocal about how her ex treated her brother. So she was upset. Melody was upset. And if you want to know how all this stuff's been out of control, it's because of all this right here. I was so hot because that wasn't his place. And it was not his place to even talk about his children wanted this man to be their dad, another man to be their daddy. So you cannot be hot because of what Martell insinuated. Why you're not hot? Because of your brother and his husband or whoever wanting to be the children's daddy. Okay, make it make sense. Can't make it sense. I can't make this up if I wanted to. So first of all, that wasn't your place to especially maliciously what you did trying to put that instead that's the something wrong with the uncle. Let me read this again. I was so hot. So I guess that's what Melody had said, I was so hot because that wasn't his place. First of all, that wasn't your place to especially maliciously what you did trying to put that instill that there's something wrong with their uncle. I didn't like that at all. So I called him and cursed him out real tight. Melody said in the episode. Why? Why you didn't sit there and got him your brother straight as well? When he sat there and said about another man, the children went up and said they wish that was their dad. Telling another man that. But of course she's going to say something like that because like I said, she's out there, belongs to the world as well. Yes, I did say it. So quite obvious they're going to say something like that because the world loves its own. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I could make this up if I wanted to, and that's real talk. Views knows that Martell is no place to judge anyone, so for how they live their life. So, like I said, uh, I don't care what the outsiders say. Who gets the last words is what says in that household. So if he said he does not want his children around there, he does not want the children around there. Okay. So, and according to Melanie Martell, isn't the father of the year. She didn't say that before, and she's not the mothers of the year. Okay, because if she was the mother of the year, trust me, she would have been home with those babies. So let's read one more article. Okay, let me see if I can pull up one more. I think this one it right here. So yeah, this one is by Atlanta Black Star. Okay, so right here it says, "I'm going to f you up." A loving marriage Huntsville star Martell Holt and Melody Holt brother clash over kids' alleged remark about Martell's shortcoming as a dad. Um, right here, Martell Holt and Melody brother Marcus Minifield get into a heated discussion, which I did read that Martell and who brought dresses. I think this is the one I read. Okay, Martell responded by saying, although he and his strange wife aren't seen eye to eye on things and have different pursuits regarding career choices, his primary focus is on the four kids. I would definitely say we're growing apart. I mean, like, she wants to be on TV. She wants to be the star. The only thing right now I'm focused on just for my kids right there. So I read that already. Okay, guys. So let me know what your thoughts about that. Okay. Let me know. Like I say, this is nothing to be questioned over. It is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. At the end of the day, that is his kids. And that's bottom line. Martell was disappointed. Let me read what Checky Blue said. Martell said the few times his ex and he would visit Marcus, they were present with their kids. Absolutely. I read that. And also the kids said that Marcus wanted to whip the kids. You don't whip nobody's children. If the children is acting up, you call the parents and tell the parents. But you don't try to put the belt to nobody else's children. Oh, honey, I hope them children never ever go in that house again. Martell was disappointed when his ex insinuated that he was phobic. He said his ex and him had many conversations and agreed their kids would not be kept by Marcus or anyone. Good, good. Um, even his ex agreed to limit what their kids be exposed to. Suddenly, when she was out for blood in destroying Martell, she put out that phobia in form so that it would attack Martell. Absolutely. So we see exactly how all this right here had took legs and ran because Martell refused to sit there and put his kids and sacrifice his kids just because of Melody. She needed something to sacrifice in order for her to get that fame started. But honey, you better get it your own way, get it the old fashioned way, because you're sure not going to get it through my kids. You ain't going to sacrifice my kids, okay? And that's real talk. Martell says ex spent more time around her brother after they went their separate ways than during their marriage. Absolutely, because she needed a storyline. That's most likely. That's how I saw it. Probably wasn't even around the man until she got on TV because she needed somebody to film with. But I want to know, if he wanted to put pictures that to prove Martell wrong. Don't show us the pictures with you and Martell and Melody and the kids. Show us some when you and Melody was children. That's the pictures that we want to see. Show us that. And we don't even want to see no one or two. And that's real. my God. Okay, guys, I'm back. Martell said his ex spend more time around. Okay, I read that one. Thanks everyone for liking this video. Thank you very much. So guys, yeah, I'm about to close it out. You can go ahead and close me out, country. I'm just reading some more of the comments. I agree with Martell. Be careful what kids are exposed to. Absolutely. You got to be careful, especially these days. I already done read it to you guys. We are in what we call now the time of perverted spirits. This is a spiritual warfare that we are fighting against right here. So, like I said, ain't nobody mad but the devil. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. Sometimes the kids flock to someone who let them do what they want. Absolutely. Kids, like I said, they'll try to sit there and manipulate you. But you, just like I read in the book of Proverbs, we train them up while they're young. You know, we train them. Some things, you just can't give in to them. You got to be firm. But nobody else gonna be firm with my kids, and that's the bottom line. Martell trains his kids the way that he wants. Absolutely. Let me read this again. Sometimes the kids flocks to someone who let them do what they want. Martell trains his kids the way they want they should go to become more adults. I believe Marcus and his allow kids to do whatever. Absolutely. Honey, we already done said there, Trump already removed that, honey. Ain't no husband, honey. Ain't no husband. Um, can you believe some folks are saying Martell is a bad dad? I can't believe that. That's why I said there and say we breaking those, we exposing those demons, honey. We ripping the sheets off of these demons. You're not gonna sit there just because a man refused to have his children. That's his children. If he don't want his children to go around certain people, he gets the last word. So Check Your Boo says, can you believe some folks are saying Martell a bad dad because he is selective in who his kids should be around? Hashtag is sane. Absolutely. That's horrible. I believe Marcus used to be a teacher. He said he retired, but yet he's in real estate now. So, guys, if you feel obligated, if the truth didn't hurt that much, but like I said, the truth is like open heart surgery. Everybody wants a painkiller. They wants a lie, but that's only a temporary fix. So, if you felt like you got the truth in here, go ahead and cash out Real Talk 985. It sure is appreciated. It's not obligated, but it's sure appreciated. Piggy Boo says nobody, person, or protected group will bully me into allowing my kids to be around them. If I choose to say no, we train our kids in the way they should go. I understand it's not popular in this area. Absolutely. But honey, righteousness still stands, honey. Righteousness still stands. I believe Marcus was trying to shame Martell on national TV when he said the kids wanted his lover to be their dad. No telling what they were saying to those kids while they were enjoying the pool. My God, my God, my God. And we're going to have to talk about this right here. Like I said, it's time to take the foolish things of this world to perform the wise. But I'm here to tell you right now that you think that you was going to get away with touching these kids. And I'm not talking about Marcus. I'm just talking in general. I'm talking about how we are now in what we call a spiritual warfare. Where I read the book of Genesis when the two angels went to Lot because God sat there and he told Abraham that he was going to destroy that city called Sodom and Gomorrah. And when those two angels went into Lot's house, the men, young and old, they all was turned out. They wanted to tear down the door to get those two men. When Lot went outside and said, no, you're not going to sit there and take my guests out of the house. I would rather give you my two daughters. I shut the church down. I shut the church down when I told and broke that scripture down. Why would Lot give his two virgin daughters to those men? Why? They didn't see it. They've been in the Bible all their lives, they said, been reading and never was able to rightfully divide it. I said, because It was between a male and a female. Whether however you want to put it, he would rather keep the union between a male and a female than allow those men to have sex with another man. And that's real talk. Can't get no clearer than that. So if you're mad, ain't nobody mad but the devil, and that's real talk. Why hasn't Marcus came on national TV? Absolutely. So another great live, unapologetic real talk. Everyone enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe, stay prayed up, and God bless you all. So guys, we're gonna pray for the men. We're gonna pray for the men. We're gonna pray for our, especially the male children. We praying for the male children. So before you go to bed, we interceding. We interceding for the male children because we know they don't want they don't want the women anymore. They want the men, and that's real talk.